Hello everyone, Ragnarok here, and welcome to my video about the dev update. I wanted to have a little bit of a discussion about what was in the dev video, because as you guys know, we rarely get dev videos, and I think it's important for me to go out of my way and just break down the video, because I actually watched it 3 or 4 times and noticed a lot of hints and stuff that they pointed towards that not everyone would have noticed. So let's go through them now.
First off, we wanted to give an update on the status of Canny Valley. You'll be heading back to the desert for part 2 of the storyline, but there are also some new sights to see. You'll be exploring ghost towns,
Okay, so I wanted to stop the video here. So it says that we'll be exploring ghost towns, but if you see from the footage, the buildings are reminiscent of the town gravestone, the end of part 1 of the Canny Valley storyline. So what this means is the gravestone set up with Blackboot airs and all that. We will be getting more tiles like this. When we originally did the gravestone quest, a lot of people requested that we got this as an actual map as part of the Thunder Route 99 and the desert. Looks like we are getting that wish.
discovering more of Ray's backstory, and helping...
So I said we'll be discovering more of Ray's backstory. So that's talking about the whole thing with the professor that was experimenting with the anomalies. Ray's original, not really subconscious, but the person that she was derived from. So that's very interesting. You know, more lore, more stuff. Ray's always been my favorite character. I'm sure most people agree. The band is always fun to listen to, so that's great.
and helping to get the old band back together in preparation for the thrilling conclusion coming in part 3.
So I already knew that we're putting the band back together for the quest line. We're putting, you know, we got Sid, we got Lars, and we got the other 2 members that we're in the process of tracking down in the quest line. We're very close to tracking down one of them that was in pursuit of Blackboot airs, and we'll finish that most likely in part 2. And we'll probably find the 4th member in part 3, and then wrap it up with, I assume, some sort of concert, because that's just what's gonna happen, right?
We're excited to kick off voice recording soon, and expect to bring this next chapter of the storyline to everyone sometime next month.
So said we're gonna get part 2 next month, which is actually really exciting. Something really interesting that I wanted to bring up here was next month's actually not very far away. That'll be in the middle of Fortnite. So we're gonna be getting Fortnite most likely, if I was to make a guess, the 25th, the 18th. Reason why I'm saying those dates is it could be anywhere in the week, but normally I just judge it by the Wednesday, which is normally, you know, in the middle of the week. Normally they try to do updates on Tuesdays, but normally they get pushed back. So in those 2 week sections, we're going to be expecting the end of Cram Session and the start of Fortnite.
In the current system, missions with required home-based power ratings only actually check the party leader's rating to determine a group's eligibility to play a mission. As a result, party leaders are capable of bringing lower rating players into content where they may not be able to contribute all that much.
Wish I could.
We know this has been a frequent point of feedback within the community, and we've been iterating on our mission requirement tech to address it. In Update 610, we'll be making a change so that group eligibility for public missions depends on each individual group member's power rating, and not just the party leaders. We also understand that some players just want to play with their lower power rating friends, so private and friends-only games will retain the current behavior.
So this is a change that I've actually been wanting for a very long time. I've seen this discussion pop up a bunch. So now when we're selecting missions, everyone in your party must meet that mission requirement when you're going into public matches. Unless of course you have a full party, or if you don't want to do that, you can switch yourself to either friends or private, and you can ignore that restriction. So I play with lower power level people as well, and what this basically means is I can separate myself from everyone else in public, and that goes for everyone else. A lot of taxis, leeches, stuff like that. Lower level players will no longer be able to get into the higher level missions whatsoever. They'll be completely removed from the game, which is positive in my opinion. That does lead me to a discussion point, which I'm not going to go into full in depth, but basically there's a concern that most of us have with this game, and that's going to be there's going to be no way for newer players to progress through the storyline because there's no players in Stonewood and Plankton and all that. Once the game curves off in Threshold, all the people that play a lot will be up in the end zones, and everyone else, there'll be no one in the lower zones. So hopefully they create a system that addresses solo play as well at some point in the future. They did make the missions easier, which is always nice to see, but I still think they need to do a huge rework to the defenders to make it more forgiving.
Also coming in the 6.10 update is a little bit of a twist on the retrieve the data mission type. The entire zone will be threatened by a storm that constantly closes in around the landing site as the mission goes on.
I called this. So if you guys don't know, and I'm surprised a lot of people don't know this, but anyone that's been playing this game for a long time knows this is a fact already. Epic always tests new features through their events. Always, 100% of the time. They're always testing, player feedback, player input, all that. So in, what was the previous event called? Road Trip. We had the Horde Bash. And in that we had the barrier that closed in. And if you remember, outside of that barrier, you took damage. So they're going to be doing that in a limited time thing to retrieve the data. Keep this in mind, it's not going to be exactly the same. Epic is always testing and iterating new features. I can make a pretty good speculation on what they're trying to do with this though. My guess is that we'll be tweaking this so that players are more prompt to start and finish mission objectives. Because there are certain missions where players would farm for 10 minutes and no one would start the objective. So my guess is they want to create a system that allows you to farm, but for a specific amount of time before it forces you to care about the objective. That's just my guess though. But I'm excited to try this new mode, just see how the barrier affects our planning and all that, and how fast it closes in around the objective.
In order to earn maximum rewards, you'll need to quickly get to the balloon, build up your defenses, and start collecting data as soon as possible. There will be plenty of rewards and a series of quests to go along with this new variant, so hop in and let us know what you think about it.
So he went over something pretty interesting there, if you're listening. He said, you need to go fast so you get more rewards. I don't know if he means this literally or as a bonus objective, but what it's leading me to believe is if you finish the mission, kind of like how we have finished the mission in a certain amount of days, I'm going to assume that they're going to have some sort of scaling reward based on how long it takes you to finish the mission, which I think should be in every single mode because more rewards is always good, but it adds another incentive for players to actually go out of their way and make sure that these missions are being done properly. Because if you see my farming guides, you already know this, it's really easy to farm, and you're doing it all in private anyway. I do hope when they're testing the system they keep that in mind, that people on private, people in private and solo play that are there for farming, we don't want to be forced out of the zone, if that makes sense.
From everyone here on Save the World, thank you very much for your continued support, and we'll have more to announce soon.
Yeah, you better have more to announce soon, and thank you so much Epic for finally making a dev video. We've only been asking for this for months. But in all seriousness, a little bit salty, but it's always great to see something that we want happen. So thank God for all of this stuff, and yeah.
Including maybe a little something about free heroes.
Yeah, I caught that. Free heroes. Now I don't know what he's talking about here. I can make a guess. My guess is it's going to be promotional material. There's two theories that I have. I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but a while ago there was it might even still be there, I don't know, I don't often check, but Twitch Prime had the reward, Save the World. It had two heroes, I believe they were both sergeants, I could be wrong, it could be might be a sergeant and a commander. They're two unique heroes that are a part of Twitch Prime rewards. But if I'm gonna guess, they're gonna have a promotional hero as part of something else. Or my other guess is maybe they're starting to look at going into full release and they'll be giving out something unique for early access heroes. I don't know. But that second one doesn't really make sense, but it was a thought that I had anyway. It's most likely just going to be a promotional hero as part of some sort of promotional content. And we'll have to see what it is.
Among some other surprises. Look forward to more details from us in the coming weeks. Bye!
Okay, so that was my discussion video. I just wanted to break down the video and discuss everything that they said. As I said, they skipped over a lot of stuff. The free hero, they hinted out when the next event is going to be hitting, and different features that they're working on. So I'm kind of excited. You know, the new map tile. So we're going to have Thunder Route 99, a desert, and the new map, which will be called Town or something. I don't know, but you get the idea. And yeah, it's really interesting, and I hope to see more of this in the future. I wish they did more dev videos, honestly, just keeping us in the loop what they're up to, but that's probably not going to change anytime soon until they get some more resources allocated to the dev team, which probably won't happen until full release. That's always been my opinion with the dev team. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but my opinion's always been that they're being throttled, mainly because it's an early access title, not a full release. But yeah, that'll be it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Ragnarok, over and out.